free resources to help New Jersey businesses recover and grow. This is the IssuesWatch podcast. Hi, I'm Jeff Kazerman, Vice President of Government Relations at the New Jersey Society of CPAs, and welcome to episode 74. In a few of our previous episodes, we've had the pleasure of speaking with Melanie Willoughby, the Executive Director of the New Jersey Business Action Center. The Business Action Center is an amazing resource to our state's businesses. They are basically a government agency that helps businesses navigate other New Jersey government agencies. But it goes well beyond that, and they do it all for free. At our virtual convention last month, Melanie presented a session on all of the resources the Business Action Center provides, particularly as businesses deal with the impact of the pandemic. For today's episode, I'd like to play some excerpts from that presentation that I think are particularly useful, and I hope you do too. To get things started, Melanie provided an overview of the three offices within the Business Action Center and the services they provide.
So we have three offices. They're all devoted to business advocacy. We have the Office of Business Advocacy, which helps with real estate site searches. It helps to find the right location, whether your company is growing or consolidating in response to the changing COVID environment. And they are particularly good at being able to answer questions about permits, both on the local and on the state level, as well as helping connect you to workforce needs of your employers. They work very closely with the Department of Labor. We have our Office of Small Business Advocacy that is very attuned to the needs of the startups. Entrepreneurs are their favorite type of folks to work with. They help the businesses on Main Street, and they really help small businesses access a variety of resources and answer all their questions. And our Office of Export Promotion. These are the experts who help companies who are interested in global business activities. And any company has something, I'm sure, that or product that they could export. They just might not have thought about it. And so really, as a way to try to help a business expand, we always recommend export promotion as being something to consider. And our experts can provide guidance in identifying global export markets, and they can guide your clients through the foreign custom procedures. So think of the Business Action Center as your connector for your client and for you.
Melanie also pointed out that the Business Action Center can help you get through to other state agencies, which, as you probably know already, can be very challenging under normal circumstances, but even more so with so many state employees still working remotely. Here's what she had to say about the PAC's role as a connector.
When it comes to connecting with the Economic Development Authority or the Treasury Department. Now, how many of you know that you have difficulty getting through to Treasury, perhaps the Division of Revenue or the Division of Taxation? Our folks are direct lines to both divisions. Also, we have a good relationship with the New Jersey Consumer Affairs Division and also the Department of Community Affairs. Particularly Community Affairs, if you're talking about any of your businesses who might be having problems with the fire code, or they might be having difficulty with home improvement, that they would then be working with the Department of Community Affairs. Or they might be in an urban enterprise zone, which is managed by the department. We also connect you to these small business development centers. Now, these are funded by the SBA. In addition, they're also funded by the Business Action Center, and there are 12 of them regionally in the state, and they provide technical assistance with helping folks fill out their applications for the SBA loans. So you, as a CPA for your client, can be in touch with the Small Business Development Centers, or you can have your client get in touch with the Small Business Development Center, which provides the free advice. And then any of the programs that a county or municipality is offering, we are on top of all of them.
As I've learned more about the Business Action Center over the past couple of years, one of the things that stands out is the in-depth assistance and advocacy they provide for small businesses. Melanie explains these services.
I know many of you are working with small businesses who, during these difficult times are looking at how they are going to regroup in order to grow. How are they going to figure out what their best way to move forward is, and perhaps it's through e-commerce, and they need to set up a site, or perhaps it is with exporting, or maybe even procurement, which is becoming a vendor for government and being able to sell their products there. These are all services that the Business Action Center can help you focus on for your clients. And we talk to the clients to talk about what might work well for them. So this is where the mentoring assistance comes in, by taking a look at their business and then helping them with strategies to be able to enhance their business. We do this every day. Once again, talking about the financial resources, which I will get into in more specifics, because there are many new financial resources coming down as a result of the American Rescue Plan, and also helping troubleshoot when they may have a license and they may have penalties that they need to resolve with the Division of Consumer Affairs, and we are there to help with that as well. Treasury is actually the department where we work the most with business, and that's because everyone has to pay their taxes, and that's where you register your business, and that's where you have to make sure you file your annual report so that you keep up with your responsibilities to government. Now, what about navigating the regulatory processes for a small business? They do not have the staff to do this. They have you, and they also have us. And we can certainly help them with navigating regulations and really with figuring out exactly where they need to go. Now, the labor and workforce issues, we do know that some small businesses are right now struggling to find employees. And this is something where we will put our thinking caps on with the Department of Labor and try to work out some solutions. Maybe you might be interested in hiring from the county vocational high schools, who do have people who are being trained in various industries, and they might be a good asset for you. Or we might be able to connect you with a community college where they have training programs also that very well could provide some additional workers for you at the same time. So we have a lot of opportunities for trying to help you with your labor issues. And procurement. Now, this is really where small companies can become government contractors. We help you with the training and the technical assistance. And I'm going to get into procurement in a much bigger way in just a few slides to go over why this might very well be the right direction for you to go with your client in helping them become a vendor for government.
Those of you working with clients looking to start a new business should check out a new resource the Business Action Center developed.
We put together a starting a new business checklist. It's available in both English and Spanish, and some businesses look at it and say, well, I've already started my business, I don't need this. But actually, this is like a great compliance tool. It is where you can go and look at it and make sure that you have done absolutely everything on this list, even if your business has been around for a while. The reason that I say to everyone, including the CPAs for their clients, is because of the fact sometimes a business misses something. And I will tell you that we know that because in all of the filing by business for the grants that have been available through the EDA, we have seen time and time again, businesses do not know about their BRC, business registration compliance, or about their tax compliance. They don't know how to get it. They don't know where it is. And many times we have to help them through that process with the Division of Revenue. And so this is something that all businesses need to have in hand when they're applying for a grant. And that's why we provide the business checklist so that they are ready when more grants become available.
Next, Melanie provided information on a 6-part webinar series for small businesses.
The Business Action Center is always doing webinars because we feel that what we have to offer is so valuable to businesses that we want everyone to know about it. So we have Resources for Recovery and Growth, a virtual series, which is available on our website. And right now we have 6 evergreen webinars on technical assistance, financial resources, resources for nonprofits, government procurement, COVID safety in the workplace, and lesser-known resources provided by the government, like the urban enterprise zones, for instance, and the libraries, a resource that very few people know about. So you can go on there and you can pull up any of the webinars and take a listen, and also offer this to your clients that they also can take a listen if they have an interest in any of these areas.
When it comes to larger businesses, Melanie provided an update on New Jersey's new tax incentive programs that were established as part of the Economic Recovery Act of 2020.
This is about tax incentives for really mid to large companies. And these are to help with incentivizing job creation and capital investment. These programs that are being put together, and there are 15 of them, are all under the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. And there are a number of programs to support new supermarkets, provide healthy food retailers and food deserts, provide additional tax credits for film and digital media, try to revitalize brownfields, preserve historic properties, and really try to strengthen the innovation economy. So you would go to the NJEDA website to be able to see all 15 of the programs. And those programs, the first one that they have rolled out is the eMERGE program. And the eMERGE program is the biggest, and it's the one that provides tax incentives to mid to large-size companies for creating new jobs in the state. And the most important aspect of the eMERGE program is that you have to be able to create at least 35 new full-time jobs. Could be lower if the business is primarily engaged in a targeted industry or if a business meets the definition of a small business as defined in the eMERGE program rules. So what that means is you can start with 35 new jobs, but you really do not get much of a tax credit. In order for the eMERGE program to really be of benefit to a company, that they have to really be thinking about creating new jobs in the hundreds. For it to be of benefit to you to fill out all of the paperwork and to be able to apply for the tax credit and with all of the requirements, such as having a community benefit agreement that you work out with the municipality, where as a new company coming to town, you try to work with the mayor and the elected officials to come up with some plan that is going to be a contribution you are making to that town as part of the deal for your tax incentive. There also, you have to obviously be in good standing with the Departments of Labor, Treasury, and Environmental Protection, which is somewhat problematic for some manufacturers when they have a lot of outstanding permits. Also, the other thing is that you have to have labor harmony agreements when you are applying for an eMERGE incentive. And so these are a lot of things that companies would have to take into consideration. You do get more credits for a merge incentive if you are in an eligible incentive location, which would be primarily your urban areas. All of your merge credits must yield a minimum net positive economic benefit to the state of 200 to 400%, depending on the project location. And this is important when you think about how much are you going to be able to generate in your economic benefit to be able to get to 200 to 400%. The targeted industries: advanced transportation, advanced manufacturing, aviation, autonomous vehicles, clean energy, life sciences, hemp processing, information and high technology, finance and insurance, professional services, film and digital media, non-retail food and beverage businesses, and this does not include Amazon warehouses. I want to be sure everybody knows that. So you have to really make a big investment in your construction, and there are very specific guidelines for that, as well as you can realize that for investing in the state, the new construction office space would be $120 per square foot of gross leasable area, or the rehab office space would be $40 per square foot of gross leasable area. So there are many requirements if you are going to consider the emerge. So I think the most important thing that I want to emphasize with this is that you are not on your own when it comes to trying to determine whether or not your company should apply for an emerge incentive grant. You can call the Business Action Center, and one of our business advocates would be happy to work with you to go through all of the requirements for the emerge program and to determine whether or not it is worth you applying for the incentive. And so that's, you can just call 1-800-JERSEY-7, or you can even go on business.nj.gov onto the chat and say you're interested in the emerge program, and one of our business advocates will be in touch with you. So I have provided you with a lot of the details on emerge, but you can really have someone walk you through it to see if it's for you or your clients by going and getting in touch with our business advocates.
Let's close things out with information about how to access all of the Business Action Center's resources.
So how do you find out about all these things? Well, first of all, you go to business.nj.gov. Now, this is the website that was set up as a result of Governor Murphy's strategic business agenda back in 2018, when he said that I want businesses to have a one-stop shop to go to get information from a very business-friendly website. And that's what this is. This really is very business-friendly. You can see that we have business starter kits on there about everything you need to do to start a food truck or to start a restaurant or to start a home contracting business. And it also has, as I said, a simple how to create a business plan. It gives you all the due dates for important license renewals. It also has a step-by-step process for contracting with the state. But most importantly, when you go on business.nj.gov, you will have access to the business experts who staff the live chat that is operational between the hours of 8 and 5, Monday through Friday. And those individuals are very dedicated, answering your questions through the live chat. And we do have an 800 number, which is 1-800-JERSEY-7. But we find that a lot of people really like utilizing the chat feature because they really get to take a look at the website, and then they see what their questions are. And we provide them with the information directly. These are the important websites and the hotline. So you can get to the Business Action Center through our website, which is www.nj.gov/state/BAC. or call our business helpline at 1-800-JERSEY-7. You can access our live chat at business.nj.gov. Our COVID website is business.nj.gov/COVID. And you can also reach me, the Executive Director, at melanie.willoughby@sos.nj.gov.
Melanie always has such great information to share, and I hope all of you will take advantage of the New Jersey Business Action Center's resources. Well, that wraps up things for this episode, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.